is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review, episode 147. This is where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style. I tell you guys what happened on that certain week of Raw and SmackDown in WWE. Tell you guys what happened, tell you what I thought about it, if it was good, if it was bad, what they could fix, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. This is the Week in Review, episode 147. Let's get into it. If we get started, guys, of course, subscribe to the channel. You're never going to want to miss any of these good videos coming to the BrettO Live channel very, very soon here. So definitely subscribe, smash a like in this video, and comment down below which show was better this week, SmackDown or Raw. Moving into the first thing, we had Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, she did that little therapy session again with that one little therapist. It's not backstage, but it's like an unenclosed area type place, and the doctor had like a fake Lily doll, and then Alexa Bliss just went like, oh my god, Lily. I'm just like, oh my god, please just bring her back to the ring. I do find the therapy sessions just minorly entertaining, but just bring her back to the ring. She's way better in the ring. Fix her though. Yeah, in the therapy session, I do want to see it in the future. I want to see her fixed. I think that would be very cool. Or fixed, what I mean, just like going back to normal, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Moving over here, it was just Carmella versus Bianca Bel Air, one-on-one. Nothing special happened here whatsoever. Bianca Bel Air was able to hit the KOD and pick up the victory. Again, nothing special happened there whatsoever. Moving over here, Ronda Rousey, it was hyped up all show that she was going to come out and speak, and I don't know if I was the only one that got this vibe, but when she came out, I just felt like she didn't want to be there. It was just like, is Ronda even into this? Like, I know like her gimmick's like trying to be like a, you know, like a super confident, I'm a heel confident type gimmick, but like it's just like I just got a vibe of like, yeah, she does not care whatsoever. But anyways, she was out there. Becky Lynch interrupted, basically talking back and forth on like, okay, you won the Rumble, who you gonna face at Mania? Who you gonna choose, me or Charlotte? And I would assume Ronda's gonna end up facing Charlotte, because after that whack promo, after Ronda threw Becky on the ground and basically embarrassed her, kind of pointless in my opinion, Lita comes out literally right after Ronda Rousey leaves, and now it's going to be Lita versus Becky Lynch at the Elimination Chamber. It was pretty funny. Lita's like, you never back down from a challenge, right? And Becky's like, heck no. And then Lita's like, I challenge you at the Elimination Chamber. Becky's like, well, I'm like, oh man, come on. I thought that was not bad. I'm actually looking forward to Lita versus Becky Lynch. That ought to be pretty decent. Moving over here was a scooter race. It was a scooter race between Chad Gable or the Alpha Academy and RK Bro, but Randy Orton wasn't there. It happened over the course of like an hour throughout the entire show, but they didn't like show it all. They just showed like minor clips backstage, updating clips, going backstage with like Omos, running into certain like 24/7 idiots. It was actually not bad. They had like a little like strip of tape on the floor where the announce desk meets the ring. And Riddle had it in the bag. Gable tripped as he came down the entrance ramp. Riddle had it. Riddle was going towards that finish line, and here comes Otis out of nowhere. Just runs over Riddle, doesn't let him get there. And Chad Gable passes the finish line. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then Chad Gable made the next little challenge for RK Bro and Alpha Academy. It's going to be like a quiz bowl. So that's going to be this coming Monday here, I would assume. But then it turned into a match. It was Otis versus Riddle, one-on-one. Match was okay. Riddle was able to pick up the victory with the floating bro, but then he turned it into a pinning combination. But yeah, wasn't a bad match, I guess. Riddle was able to pick up the victory. Moving over here, Angelo Dawkins versus Dolph Zeglar, a match that I could care less to see. I would have preferred like a, like Brood turning on Zeglar type thing. I think that would have worked way better, obviously. But no, Angelo Dawkins was able to pick up the victory over Dolph Ziggler, one of the most underrated superstars of all time in Dolph Ziggler I'm talking about. But yeah, Dawkins was able to pick up the victory, kind of pointless. Moving over here, it was Rhea Ripley going up against Nikki Cross one-on-one. Finally, we're seeing this match. Not bad. It wasn't a bad match. I could agree. It was actually pretty decent. Rhea Ripley in the end was able to pick up the victory over Nikki Cross. Hopefully putting this story aside. But yeah, I don't believe it's going to be, because if I remember right, I could be wrong, but if I remember right, Nikki Cross attacked her after the match. I could be wrong on that, though. But yeah, Rhea Ripley was able to pick up the victory, and I really hope they just cut off the rivalry there. My favorite thing about this show right here, AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio one-on-one. I freaking loved this match. I think it could have gotten more time. I'm going to be honest. I think they could have given this match more time. But the time that it did have, it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. There was some back and forth action. Like, it's AJ Styles and freaking Rey Rey Mysterio one-on-one in the ring. Like, that is awesome. In the end, we saw AJ Styles able to hit the Styles Clash on Rey Mysterio to pick up the victory. That was really good. No Dominic, no nothing. I thought it was really, really good. Right on the topic of the Mysterio matches, earlier in the show, it was Dominic versus The Miz one-on-one, and how clever Miz is. Miz runs into the ropes. Rey Mysterio's on ringside, right? He fake trips and then turns around, and then the ref's like, oh my god, why is Miz on the floor? The first time I'm noticing somebody's actually on the floor, which they never normally do, which is so pathetic. But yeah, the ref, like, he calls Rey Mysterio out, and he's like, you're going to the back. Distracts Dominic for whatever reason. I don't know why Dominic's getting mad about that. He should have jumped right back on Miz. It kind of was pointless for him to get mad. And then Miz was able to pick up the victory over Dominic. I'm like, dude, that's just so whack. Moving over here, it was an episode of the Kevin Owens show. Special guest Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins announced that he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber match. And Kevin Owens had a qualifiers match against Austin Theory. Not bad. The Riddle match was also a qualifiers match. Riddle made it in. But yeah, Austin Theory versus Kevin Owens. This match was actually not too bad. I did want to see Kevin Owens win, obviously. Kevin Owens in the Elimination Chamber. That just sounds awesome coming off the tongue. But yeah, Austin Theory's able to pick up the victory. Moving over here is Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley having a promo in the beginning of the show. Bobby Lashley got interrupted by Brock Lesnar, and I wasn't expecting Brock Lesnar to have wrestling gear on, but he did. Brock Lesnar came out with his wrestling shorts. I'm like, oh my god, are we about to see a championship match? But Bobby Lashley had a $5 suit on, so we weren't going to see the match. But they really had me. But then after an exchange of words between the two, making fun of each other, doing this or that, we are going to be getting an Elimination Chamber match, and it's going to be for the WWE Championship. We got AJ Styles in there, AJ Styles, Austin Theory, Matt Riddle, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, and one other person that I can't think of. But it's going to be a really stacked Elimination Chamber match in Saudi Arabia, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's for the WWE Championship, and I really hope Brock Lesnar doesn't win. I hope AJ Styles does. It'll be awesome. Styles going into Mania as the WWE Champion, facing Seth freaking Rollins. That'd be so sick. Or anybody, obviously. But yeah, guys, that was the WWE Raw side of things for Monday Night Raw. Raw wasn't too bad. I was bored at certain points, but in the end, I'm probably going to give it a 2 out of 5. Just okay, but again, it had me entertained at certain points, really bored at certain points. Just pointless matches, dude. Just certain pointless ones. I'm just like, why are we seeing that? But yeah, it was okay. 2 out of 5. We're going to jump into SmackDown now. And of course, continuing the week in review here with SmackDown, we're going to jump right in. Moving over here was Natalya going one-on-one with Aaliyah again. Yeah. The famous word when I'm talking about these week in reviews. Again. So we're seeing another match between Aaliyah and Natalya. WWE takes such a long time to get their point across with little storylines like this. But yeah, Aaliyah, Natalya, one-on-one. Match was okay. Aaliyah won by countout. Natalya got counted out, and Aaliyah ended up picking up the victory. And next week, Natalya challenged Aaliyah to a one-on-one Heart Dungeon match, which means you need to win by pinfall or submission. You can't win by countout. You can't win by disqualification or anything like that. It needs to be pinfall, submission. So that ought to be decent, hopefully ending this rivalry. But yeah, as far as the match goes, it was whack, honestly. It's cool to see Aaliyah win, though. She is starting to become one of my favorites on SmackDown. She's pretty cool. Moving over here, it was Cesaro and Ricochet. Well, first, I should say, it was Ricochet going up against Ridge Holland one-on-one. Match was decent. Ricochet actually ended up picking up the victory very shockingly. I'm like, wait, what? And then they go to commercial, and then it turns into a tag team match. It turned into Cesaro and Ricochet versus Sheamus and Ridge. And then the tag team match was okay. Sheamus and Ridge Holland were able to pick up the victory. And this is another thing. Like, I feel like we've seen this matchup like multiple different times ever since WWE Day 1. I don't need to see this anymore. Just like, okay, we get it. You're trying to push Ridge and Sheamus more than Cesaro and Ricochet. We get it, okay? Like, just stop. It's just got way too old. Opening up the show, we had Roman Reigns coming out, and right when he popped out, I'm like, oh yeah, Roman Reigns needs another challenger. Is Lesnar going to come out or this or that? Well, before Goldberg came out, Paul Heyman, he talked how it was all a master plan between him and Roman, how Roman gave him another chance, how he deserved the Superman punch that he got, which I thought was pretty interesting, pretty cool. But then, none other than freaking Goldberg again. I'm so mad. Goldberg again. Oh, this man, dude, always coming back. He comes out, and obviously he wants a Universal Championship match against Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, and he's going to get what he wants. And I'm not excited. Hey, at least it's not a WrestleMania, okay? At least it's not a WrestleMania. Have Roman beat Goldberg and then go to Mania. We all know that's happening. But yeah, give him one more match before Mania, hype him up a little more. So I guess I'm down with it, but Goldberg, stay away. It's over, dude. It's over. Moving over here, ending the show, it was Ronda Rousey. Well, it was actually Charlotte out in the ring, talking to Sonya Deville about, like, okay, who you facing, who you this, who you that. Ronda Rousey comes out, and then Ronda Rousey chooses who she's going to face at WrestleMania. She chooses Charlotte. And then Charlotte mentioned Ronda's kid, the new kid that she had. And then Ronda got pretty, peeved. And then Sonya Deville actually tried to get in between everything. And then Ronda Rousey ended up taking out Sonya Deville while she had the suit on. So what does that mean? Is she going to get suspended? Hopefully not. But yeah, little build up for that rivalry. Not too bad. Moving over here was the return of Drew McIntyre. He came out with his sword. That was pretty cool. Seeing Drew back on SmackDown, I really enjoyed that. Madcap Moss and Corbin tried to execute a master plan, having Corbin distract Drew, and then Madcap attacked Corbin from behind. Didn't work out. Drew McIntyre stopped Madcap. Basically just gave him a Claymore kick and then taunted Corbin. He's like, I'm going to give you hell the next couple weeks. So I guess Drew McIntyre is going to be making Baron Corbin's life a living hell. So we will see how that goes in the near future here. But yeah. Drew McIntyre, that's basically what he said to Corbin. I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Moving over here, this tag team match wasn't too bad. It was Los Lotharios going up against The New Day. And I really thought this was going to be a squash match. I thought The New Day had this one in the bag. First couple 5 minutes, it's over. No, Los Lotharios put up a fight. I really liked how WWE booked this match. Like, they really actually gave Los Lotharios a chance. Even though it's all scripted, we all know New Day's going to win. But like the fact that they gave Los Lotharios a chance and made it look like they had a chance, I thought that was pretty cool. But in the end, New Day was able to hit the midnight hour against Los Lotharios and pick up the victory. Moving over here, this was so whack. It was Jimmy Uso going up against Eric and the Viking Idiots. It was 1-on-1, and Jimmy Uso was able to hit the frog splash to pick up the victory. I thought it was pretty hysterical. Ivar actually jumped off the steel stairs going after Jey Uso, and he just completely flopped as Jey Uso moved out of the way. I thought it was hilarious. But Jimmy Uso was able to pick up the victory, obviously. And of course, they're having a tag team match in the future because of that one match that the Eric and Ivar won. It was like a tag team gauntlet or something like that. That match was okay though. Moving over here, I gotta admit, I'm not really the biggest fan of Shinsuke Nakamura, but it felt so good to see Shinsuke Nakamura back in the ring. Like I don't know why, but I just feel like I haven't seen him wrestle in such a long time. It was good to see Shinsuke Nakamura back in the ring. He faced Jinder Mahal 1-on-1. The match was okay. We had Sami Zayn on commentary, basically taunting Shinsuke Nakamura the entire time. Shinsuke was able to hit the Kinshasa kick to pick up the victory over Jinder Mahal. And then Sami Zayn, he definitely is going to be getting his Intercontinental Championship match 2 weeks from this Friday Night SmackDown. So that ought to be pretty decent. I really hope Sami Zayn can pick that up, but I would assume Shinsuke is going to retain. I swear, he's had that Intercontinental title for a freaking long time. But yeah, guys, that was SmackDown. Wasn't too bad of a show. I'll probably give it a 2 out of 5 in the end, just because some disappointing freaking crap. Goldberg versus Roman. Like, I know we've never seen it, but I feel like we've seen it. I don't know why. But yeah, guys, that was SmackDown, setup style. I really hope you guys enjoyed. 2 out of 5 from me. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live out.